Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially healthcare. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So Sam Hartstein is live in studio this morning. Again, he is the founder of Kol Yisroel, a Jewish advocacy organization looking to protect our houses of worship. You believe Spike Lee?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
How was that a tough
one?
one?
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're going to dress up like that in an All-Star game, it's pretty hard to believe Spike Lee after the fact. Yeah.
Right. I mean, Denny was there being celebrated, and he shows up that day wearing that garb. There's no question he was spitting in Denny and Israel's face.
And he looked a little ridiculous at the same time.
Oh, he looked the purse and the pink and I mean, his outfits always look ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
So he's been a pretty hateful guy and certainly racist over the years. So now we know the real Spike Lee. Well written. His little piece there on Instagram and very, very nice. The official Spike Lee. It's called Official Spike Lee, but it's a lie. Let's get to why you're here today. So we know that Kathy Hochul's talked about this. Julie Menon, who hopefully will join me in about 75 minutes, the Speaker of the City Council. She's talked about this, and that is, how many feet do you think is the right number for a protester to protest outside a shul or any house of worship? And they came up, Hochul, with this ridiculous 25 feet number, which is nothing. That is way too close. Way too close. You want to quadruple that and make it 100 feet, which is a big difference and, quite frankly, much better. How's that effort going so far?
So just to give you a little background, right? So my name is Shmulie Hartstein. I have an organization called Kol Yisroel, which was founded literally a few months ago. We were inspired by one of the greatest Jews to ever live in this world. I believe his name was Mike Tress. He started activism at age 21. Our entire inspiration is because of him. You could read up on him. He's unbelievable. But he basically inspired young people. So by this last election, when Mamdani won the primary, and we had, let's say, 15% voter turnout, especially in the Jewish community and the Orthodox Jewish community, I realized that we have a big infrastructure issue. We don't have central command when it comes to voter registration. We don't have the turnout. We don't have the leadership. And there's a lot of all over the place. And everybody says we represent, but nobody really represents. So I decided I'm going to take action. I started this organization. And really the goal of the organization is to empower the young people, to advocate, to go up to Albany, to come with us, to talk about the real issues. Now, and we're being very successful at it. We're taking our third trip to Albany next week, and it's truly unbelievable. And the elected officials are truly gracious and amazing, and we couldn't have asked for a better reception. With regards to the buffer zone, the 100 feet is actually not my idea. So let me just give you a little background. So in November, when this horrible protest took place in the Park East Synagogue, the morning after or the next day, Senator Sam Sutton, which represents the 22nd District, which is Midwood and Brooklyn, a lot of the Orthodox Jewish community, he made a video.
I grew up, actually.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. On Quentin.
Right.
Sure.
He's 22nd and Quentin, 2 blocks from Madison High School.
Right. You know, I told Justin, by the way, that we should do like a Sid trivia game. I know you don't like taking calls, but like where Sid grew up, how many kids does he have? Like you talk about it so much on the air. I think it's actually important. Like I could name you. Sure. I'm saying yesterday I found out that Gabe has 2 names, Martin Atticus.
That's correct. Right? 2 middle names. Yes.
And Gabo and Ava studied in Cardiff. Like these are things like if people follow you, like I have friends that follow you, religiously.
Well,
so,
thank you.
So the morning after. Okay, or the day after, Senator Sam Sutton actually made this video. Not me. He made the video, and he said, I'm going to propose legislation that calls for 100 feet around houses of worship. Now, he's an elected official. Now, I know that my own community has a hard time understanding what an elected official means. An elected
when you
official,
say my own community, what community is that?
the Orthodox Jewish community, whether it's Midwood, Five Towns, Rockland County, regular mainstream Orthodox, not ultra-Orthodox, not Hasidic, regular mainstream Orthodox. Elected officials choose to run for office. When they choose to run for office, they're accountable to the people. They don't work for a corporation. They work for the people. Now, when you put out a video that you're going to propose 100 feet, you better propose 100 feet or at least come out and explain why you backed off that position. So my position was, wait, I see this video, right? Now, all of a sudden, I'm emailing a bunch of politicians in the Orthodox Jewish neighborhood, asking them, like in October, would you meet with me? I'm starting this advocacy organization. I was given the cold shoulder by many. I don't think they like change when somebody young shows up with a bunch of 20-year-olds in Albany and starts ruffling their feathers and actually babysitting them to a certain extent, which is not the goal, but that's how they felt. So I was like, what's going on with this buffer zone? And I find out that Sutton, all of a sudden, within a few days, backed off his 100 feet, and he decided to introduce it into the Senate as 25 feet. Why? Because Assemblyman Michael Lasher, it has to pass both houses. Michael Lasher represents the West Side. He went and proposed 25 feet. So I had lunch with one of these big organizations. They tell me you need to back off it. If you don't back off it, we're going to get nothing. And I said, according to me, let's get nothing. Because right now the NYPD at their discretion can move the barrier back. If you pass a law that says 25 feet, what happens to the NYPD then? If there's nothing in the law, what happens? Are the protesters going to say we're good at 25 feet? Don't touch us. You can't move us, right?
Please.
So what happens, right? So we got to put language in there that allows the NYPD or any police department in any locality to move the barrier back. So I'm like trying to address all these issues, and all I'm getting is, oh, don't ruffle the feathers. Well, guess what? We made videos. We put out a tremendous amount of posts. We went up to Albany, and we did ruffle feathers. And now, actually, the Speaker of the City Council, Julie Menon, is proposing 100 feet.
Yeah.
So it's not me. It's Sutton saying it, backing off. So I met with Sutton, with Senator Sutton 2 weeks ago in Albany, and he gave me a whole song and dance, a regular politics.
No, he's a coward.
This one's
He's
not going to agree. That one's not going to
Tom
agree.
Swazi did the same thing with me and Bernard a couple of years ago. They're on the right side of the issue. They get a little bit of pressure, a little bit from their constituents, or in this case, their political leaders, and they back off. That is my definition of a coward. That's it.
I say you were elected by the people. If it's going to make you unpopular in your party, and again, we're a bipartisan organization. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We advocate for the Jewish issues. But because you're going to be unpopular on something doesn't mean you shouldn't take a position.
Who cares?
Take a position.
Oh, God.
Show the people that elected you that you have a backbone and that you care. And if not, put out a statement explaining your position. If you can't put out a statement or another video explaining your position, then obviously your position is weak.
He didn't
it's
put out
very
anything?
simple. Nothing. Nothing. And everyone thinks that you're going to do backdoor deals and you're going to stay quiet and this guy's just going to back off. Well, guess what? I'm not going to back off. I'm going to speak up, and we're going to continue advocating. And we're actually going up with young students and teaching them. We're encouraging them. You ask the elected officials the question. Don't be scared. Ask the questions. Do your research. What does this politician accomplish? We have certain politicians in our community that have passed 3 pieces of legislation when others have passed 50 in the same year.
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are they doing up there?
I don't know.
So if I ask the questions, what are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? They get all defensive. You're an elected official. You need to answer the question. I'm allowed to tweet. I'm allowed to tag you. I'm allowed to call you out. That's the way the world works. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Don't be an elected official.
So in the final 60 seconds, this is Sam Hartstein doing heroic work here. Heroic work, trying to get this buffer zone moved from 25 feet to 100 feet. He's got his own organization. It's great. It is called Kol Yisroel. Where are you right now? So Julie Menon is on our team. Hopefully she'll be on next hour. I could ask her about it. And you've got some other people that are in your corner. But where are we right now in the final 60 seconds in terms of getting it officially to 100 feet?
So in the final 60 seconds, I want to tell you, anti-Semitism is in someone's heart. You can't police anti-Semitism. You can't rip it out of people's hearts. What you could do is you, as an elected official and as a government official, can show that we stand with the Jewish people. And yes, 25 feet may get over, the Civil Liberties Union, right? They testified in the joint legislative session in the Assembly and the Senate last week saying why they oppose 25 feet, because they'll oppose anything. They'll oppose 25 also. Where was our community the Jewish people to testify why we need 100. Nobody was there. Crickets, right? You tweet out after, right? You tweet out, oh, Mamdani's budget, really? We have officials from our community that tweeted out about Mamdani's budget. I'm like, where were you questioning Mamdani?
They probably voted for him.
Well,
let's be honest.
No, I didn't say that.
Let's be honest. Too many Jewish people did. I don't know how many. Some lie. They say
33%
40%.
of Jewish people.
33%. Those 33% honestly should have their Judaism stripped today. Stripped. Not that I am not that I'm Hashem and I make the call for every Jewish person, but my wife is always yelling at me, be easier on the Jewish people. Those 33% of Jews that voted for Mamdani, I'm not getting easier on those people. Those people should be ashamed of themselves. They're disgusting to me. Sorry.
So
Did you vote for Mamdani?
No. First of all, I don't live in the city. Second of all, where are we now? Very simple. We are fighting the good fight. We go up every 2 weeks to Albany, and when you show up, you could send 100 emails to an elected official, but if you're one person that actually shows up to Albany and you walk those floors and you see how easy the access is, that does more than 1,000 emails. So we're showing up with groups. We're going up February 24th. We're going up again in March. We're going to go up multiple times, and we're going to continue fighting the good fight, and they're listening to us so far.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.